While shadow work itself is not an easy task, it is even made harder by people around you. Have you ever felt like your shadow work is done, but there are people who bring all these old feelings in you and you feel like you have to start all over again? Are they family members, loved ones, or friends who are a part of your life, but you've seen their repressed shadow child hurting? Living as a sacred master means you can help them as well. Together with your shadow child, you are equipped with so many tools. I'm hoping to bring some light so that you can see how living as a sacred master can benefit everybody around. Stay to the end where I will talk about how you can change the world. Namaste, Sacred Masters. I'm Dr. Aiwas Ukehi, Certified Shadow Work NLP Manifestation Coach. And today, we're going to be talking about living life as a sacred master. What is a sacred master? Sacred masters are people whom I call those who work and service under the energies of the universe. God, Buddha, Elohim, Metatron, Jehovah, however you want to call them. They are people whose presence makes those around them better people and stronger manifestors. When a person transcends from a worshiper to a sacred master, they do so without claiming it, without shouting about it, or self-declaring it. They don't walk around with a holier-than-thou attitude, because they know we are all learning in this universe together. Instead, a sacred master knows that they must elevate those around them, because they also know that the energy of others affect us, and we have to protect our shadow child and sometimes help them with theirs. But oftentimes, people make it really hard. You know those people. The naysayers, the doomsday preppers, the ones who always worry, tell us what to do, are pessimists, and always expose themselves to bad news. They are easily hurt, complain a lot, underachievers, energy vampires, the list goes on. And most of the time, they are unaware of it. They are unaware of what's going on. It's just their default mode. They are certainly not bad people, unless you met a narcissist, stonewaller, or other toxic personalities, in which case you need to get out. But most people are loved. They are close to us, and as sacred masters, we can see the hurt happening inside and wish we could do something about it. That's the fine line we walk on as sacred masters. We don't want to be over pious with a holier-than-thou attitude, because we know that just means we have something more to heal. Let me explain. Sometimes, when our inner child does not heal, we climb up in the face of adversity. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we lash out by being too much. Take a vegan, for example. They lead a healthy lifestyle. They show kindness and compassion to sentient beings, save the environment, stop climate change. Yet, a vegan with an unhealed shadow child could also lash, become activists to the point of screaming and fighting with people. On the less extreme scale, they can be pretentious and show little compassion for others who have different life choices. Either ways, we do not want to come across on the wrong end of the scale. We have to walk the fine line where we help others based upon love, compassion, gratitude, tolerance, valor, and empathy without forcing them their basic right of free will. People's barometers are influenced less with truth, but a truth based upon moral elevation, pre-existing beliefs, sense of identity, amongst other issues. That's why it's so hard to convince a person of their beliefs, even though scientific facts is in their faces the whole time. But we do want to make the world a better place, starting from those around us. Fortunately, we have the ability to do so. To understand a person, facts alone is not enough. We have to understand what's already in their heads. Notice your problems do not go away until you learn to look internally with your shadow child. Lee Tolstoy once said, "The most difficult subjects can be explained to the most slow-witted man if he has not formed any idea of them already. But the simplest thing cannot be made clear to the most intelligent man if he is firmly persuaded that he knows already, without a shadow of doubt, what is laid before him." See, we need psychological safety to change our minds. We must feel we're not going to be thrown out of our tribe for having a belief that's different. If we want to change people's minds, we have to do two things. One of it is best done by someone they like. So build that rapport. Create that connection from love and compassion. Another thing we have to do is change the group settings. Humans are tribal creatures, and that's why when a group has a change of opinion, like a husband and wife discovering something together, it is much easier. The answer to all of that is to show by example, and to do it from a place of love and compassion. Ask them to share their thoughts, match their type of reasoning. Is it emotional reason or purely logic? Give them compliments, sincere ones of course, to lower their guard. Back up your reasoning with vivid examples and evidence. And the best vivid example and evidence is you. Show how much your life is better, filled with more love and joy. Invite them into your circle, and you can set up boundaries if need be. But love, joy, and happiness is infinite. There is no lack of abundance, so share it with those that you love first. You're giving an inch and gaining a mile. Because when they are around and their energy matches yours, there is no limit to what you can do as a group, a unit, a family. They can help you cope with stress in healthy ways. It's even been proven to lengthen your life when you're in healthy relationships. Even as your shadow work continues, you have built up a strong foundation for emotional support, love, care, good understanding, protection, and security. So ask yourself, by example, how did you get started on this journey? Talk excitedly about it and where you are today without once saying, "You must do it." Just share it without the need to pull them in. They will come into your energy bubble when they realize how wonderful it is. They will want to be a part of your life. You can refer to them this shadow course if you're ready for it, or perhaps you've done it, you might propose being a support for them while they do it. Remember, healthy relationships multiply your happiness and divide your responsibility minus your sorrows. I repeat, healthy relationships multiply your happiness and divide your responsibility minus your sorrow. So look at the world around you now and think, how can you multiply happiness? The journey is there for you and your shadow child. The universe has your back. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell on my channel, where every Thursday and Sundays I will post more videos of how to integrate and empower yourself through shadow work to expand your manifestation potential. If you're in need of certain topics, comment below and I will see if I can release it as extras between my normal schedule. So remember, the notification bell is important in that it alerts you when something special is being uploaded for you. As usual, I will be available to answer any questions you might have on shadow work and how to make it work for you. I wish you all the best. I cannot wait to hear all your stories of love, happiness, and joy. Namaste, Sacred Masters.